It'd be kind of fun if just after Vin Diesel is done just saving the world from evil witches, he just decided, I think I'll race cars for a living now. Just connect the two franchises just like that. It'd be kind of fun. Hello once again, watchers of Good Movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today we are going to talk about the film The Last Witch Hunter. This is a film starring Vin Diesel in the main role. Main story premise type thing is that when he was alive 800 years ago, he was hunting an evil witch queen who then cursed him with immortality. 800 years later, he is still kicking and killing witches, evil witches mainly, because he's a pacifist type person now. And he's alive in our time, and so we get to see him interact with our world and just be a loner type person. Vin Diesel, I thought, did a fine performance in the role. He basically played the same character as he kind of does in Fast and Furious, except he's a lot more stoic in this role, and then when he tries to like put emotion into his scenes, it just feels a little bit awkward, personally, for me. Part of this was because a lot of the just relationships that he has, mainly with Elijah Wood and Rose Leslie, I'll get to them in a second, but the relationships that he has with them, at least in the conversations that he has, it just seems very forced, and because of how fast-paced the film is, relationships kind of happen one moment. Rose Leslie's character is just like very much disliking Vin Diesel, and then like the next scene she's just, alright, I'll join up with you and we'll be friends and stuff. It just seemed very unrealistic and just kind of badly paced in that regard. And it just didn't seem earned, ultimately. Elijah Wood is in this film. He plays kind of a priest character. He's supposed to be the guide to Vin Diesel, and his family has been protecting him and serving him for countless generations, so it's his turn to step up. He doesn't really have as big of a role in this film as I thought he would. He plays kind of the quirky sidekick at the beginning, but then he just kind of falls into the background. You don't see him for at least half an hour into the film because it focuses on Rose Leslie, who is gorgeous. Fans of Game of Thrones will recognize her as Ygritte. She is in this film. She is a witch, a good witch, and she can walk through dreams and do that type of stuff. So she's an interesting addition, and get to kind of see Vin Diesel, who's a witch hunter, interact with a witch, good witch, and just their interactions are always kind of interesting. This is the relationship I didn't really feel that was earned as much, because there's a scene, like I said, where she doesn't really like him, and then next scene it's like, oh, I'll follow you to the death type thing. But overall, the actors in this film, they did fine. They worked with what they were given. The dialogue in this film is not the best at all. You really notice it in just the beginning scenes where there's not a lot going on, and it's just really just interactions between people, and the dialogue just isn't the best stuff ever written, to say the least. The special effects in this film do work really nicely. Mainly the Witch Queen actually looks really, really good, both in the past and then, spoiler, the present. She does look quite menacing and evil and creepy and all that good stuff. And I don't know if I'm assuming it was mainly CGI type of stuff to kind of capture that image. But if it was like special effects to some degree, works really nicely. A lot of the background, the CGI type of stuff is really cool. There's a background at one point that looks like it was just straight out of The Last of Us, which I got kind of excited about. The action scenes are also well done. They're well choreographed. There's not a ton of them, surprisingly, but they are entertaining for the bits and pieces that they are in the film for. But the film is extremely predictable. You can pretty much guess what's going to happen just after the first 15 minutes after seeing the past scene kind of set up what's happening in the future. And so it is predictable in that regard. You can kind of guess what's going to happen with the majority of these characters. There is a twist at the end which I did not see coming, which I was really happy that I didn't see coming, which is kind of resolved fairly quickly. But I did like that there was something that I didn't predict, and kind of took me off my game for a little bit. But I would be lying if I said that I didn't have fun with The Last Witch Hunter. I think it's a fine movie for what it is. It's nothing new. We've all seen this type of thing before. It's just kind of rehashed, and it has its own spin to it. So if you are a fan of this type of film, you don't really expect much. It's a fun action flick. It kind of dives into the fantasy elements a little bit. It's apparently based on a book, I think. I don't know. I found myself having a reasonably fun time with it. I didn't get bored. I hardly looked at my watch, and so that's a good sign, if anything. But those are just my thoughts on The Last Witch Hunter. I would say check it out if you are interested this weekend. Vin Diesel does fine, and everyone else is good as well. But those are just my thoughts, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Did you like the film as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe once again if you so choose. I appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.